Hi guys, we're in the shop today. We're going to be doing a little build on the Kayak Crate. A lot of you guys have been asking about my Kayak Crate and how I built it and all this stuff. This one is actually built out of a Yak Attack Black Pack Pro. But I ordered all the parts off Amazon so that you can just order it. You don't have to buy an expensive black pack to make this. Although if you want to buy a black pack and or if you have one and you want to just use what you've already got, this works great. I've used 3/8 inch starboard, bought a half sheet, so a half sheet is 54 inches by 48 inches. Cost about 120 bucks for the starboard. But I already got it cut up because I figured y'all didn't want to watch me cut plastic. But I'm going to show you guys how to build it, so stay tuned, let's get after it. Alright guys, so like I said, I've already got the pieces pre-cut. I'll put those up in on the screen of the dimensions that you need to cut your pieces if you want to build it the same size I've done mine. Basically what I did on mine was I built it as big as I could possibly build it with the half sheet of starboard. So it's like 27 inches by 20 inches and 12 inches high is the overall dimensions of the crate. I currently have 5 rod holders on each side. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to put 6 on each side because of the way the new ones are designed. So that's going to be awesome, being able to put 12 rods. Looks like I need to buy some more rods. I don't think I have 12 rods, but being able to put 12 rods is kind of cool. I know a lot of you guys carry a lot of rods when you fish, so this would be great for you. But anyway, what we're going to do is the 2 sides are going to be the long part, and then the front and the back will fit inside the sides. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pre-drill our holes. We're using number 8 1-inch long screws, so it's a pretty tiny little pilot hole, but I'm going to start those. I'm putting 4 on each corner. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go ahead and do those, get those started on both sides. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a countersink on all of these, because these are tapered screws, so you can see the screw head has got a little taper on it, and I want it to sit in there flush. I don't want the screw head sticking up. So we're going to countersink these just a little bit. Basically all I'm doing is just screwing until it catches, and I pop the plastic out. So basically that's how you want it set up. I'm going to go ahead and knock out the other one real quick. I got my holes drilled. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my countersink in. Alright, that gets those done. I've got both pieces done. So we're going to go ahead and get some of this stuff out of my way. That way I can make sure everything's good and level. So go ahead and get a couple of screws out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it started. Alright, now that I got that one in place, I can go ahead and drill my other ones. Make sure you get everything lined up and straight. And try not to strip it out. I've got an impact, so that's what you hear, the click. pieces I get to hold it together, the easier it's going to get. That first piece is always a booger. First corner's done. You can see I got them pretty much flush. They stick out just a little bit, but they are countersunk a little. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting it together. I'll speed that up so you don't get too bored. And we'll move on to the next part. Alright, so now that we got the sides done, you want to put your box on a nice flat surface and get the bottom, which is going to be the smaller of the two pieces. The top is the exact dimensions of your box. The bottom is cut 3/4 of an inch smaller in both directions. We are using 3/8 inch starboard, so 3/8 plus 3/8 is 3/4. So you want the inside, or you want the bottom to fit inside your box. And you may find that you're a little off on your cut. I was a second ago. I had to shave it just a little bit. But take the bottom, make sure it fits good. Yep, we got us a good fit, and then we're going to go ahead and start attaching the bottom using the same process as we did the sides. Alright, so now that we've got the box put together, we're going to go ahead and install our lid. So the hinges that I had planned on using didn't quite work out, so I had to make a little run to Lowe's. If you're wondering about the hat and wardrobe change. So we're just going to go with regular door hinges. It's actually, I tried it out on my old box, and I think they're going to work out pretty good. So I'm going to go all the way to the end, or almost all the way to the end with these. Get it lined up the way we want it. And the 1/2 inch screws work for these, so the same type of screw, and you still use the number 8s, but 1/2 inch works out perfect as to not go through the box lid. Now when I do the side, I'm going to leave the middle screw out because that's where I'm going to install the first rod holder on both of them. I'm actually going to use that screw hole. So we'll do our two outsides. Alright. Well, it's a box with a hinge now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install the shocks. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and install the bottom piece for our shock. And it's going to be about 1/2 inch down and probably 1 inch from the back of the box. Alright, I'm going to spin around and do the same thing with the other side. Alright, so the bottom's done. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and latch the bottom on there. And then latch the top piece so that I can figure out where See, we'll do it about like that. All right, so we got this one done. Well, let me turn it around and do this other one quick. So basically, I'm facing out about a 1/2 inch or so from the outside, and the pin is going to be 6.5 inches down right there. Spin it back around. All right, holds it up, and moment of truth. I think that one's got to come down just a smidge. There's a little bit of adjustments in here that you can make to get it just right. It can be kind of a pain. But basically it didn't want to close, so our thing has to be a little bit further away. Yes, sir. I think we got it. Hinges. That's nice. All right, let's start working on our latch. All right, so we're gonna measure to the center. So I'm at 27 inches, so 13.5. It's gonna be our center point. All right, so we got our center point, and I measured over 1.25 inches. Actually it's 1 1/8 inches. And I got a 7/8 inch drill bit. I probably could do this with a 1 inch, but 7/8 is what I got. Yeah, I figured I'm probably gonna have to waller out a little bit with that 7/8. A 1 inch would probably be the perfect size. All right, we had to waller out a little bit, but we got it to fit. All right, so that's on. Now we gotta put our latch. Let me measure my center. All right, I got it marked 1/2 inch. All right, do a little adjustment. But that is latched, and it's got a key, so that's cool. All right, the inside's done. Let's move on to the rod holders. And if you remember, I talked about leaving these middle screws undone. And that's because the rod holders, I'm actually going to use that top screw hole. It's going to go right into there. So we'll go ahead and pre-drill it. Six fits like a charm. Let me do some math. All right, so let's try this at 4 5/8. Now, 3/4 inch screw seems to work pretty good on the sizes for these. Have it. 6 rod holders. I'll knock out the other side. We'll put the tie downs on it. We'll be done. All right, guys. There you have it. All the rod holders are in. I was able to fit 6 of these rod holders. They're a little thinner than the turrets that came on the Yak Attack Black Pack. So I was able to put 6 on there. Plus the hinges didn't take up any extra room since I was able to mount them over the hinges, and the latch is basically a toolbox latch. So all we got left is to put the tie down so that we can tie it down to the kayak. These are just little rings with 2 fasteners. They had a bunch of them that had 1 fastener, and seemed like 2 would be a much better idea so that we can run down the road with it still strapped to the kayak. So basically what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put it almost as high as I can get it and all the way over, but on the back section. Get a little pilot hole started. Alright, there you have it. Got 4 tie downs, and those should be good and sturdy. 12 rod holders. A lockable latch, which is nice so that if you're parked somewhere. I was already down. Lockable latch, so if you're parked somewhere you can lock it up. You don't have to worry about somebody messing with stuff inside your box. But that pretty much does it. I'm going to link most of the parts in the description so that you can easily find those. And guys, let me know what you think. If you build one, take a picture, leave it in the comments. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. Got the crate built. This is the second one I've built, and I used my first one for a lot of prototyping. I've changed things over the course of the last few weeks and settled on this design. I think I'm going to like this one a lot. But anyway, if you enjoyed it, if you got some information out of it, leave me a comment, let me know. Make sure you guys like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. And we'll catch you guys later.